Jump onto Amazon and type in something to do with skincare. See how many listings come up. They are your competition. Matthew, why wouldn't you sell food? Think about what it would take to get a food item into Amazon. Returning things on Amazon is so easy. Sort of almost encourages the customer to buy and then return. That's why I would not sell on Amazon. Number 3 of the products that I would not sell on Amazon, or at least I wouldn't start with, and that is, I'm Matthew Fraser, and this is Amazon Ecom Secrets. I'll be sharing with you the secrets that helped me go from millions in debt to an 8-figure entrepreneur. If you're ready to escape the 9-to-5 and live life on your terms, let me show you the way. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about what I consider the worst markets to get into, certainly if you're brand new to Amazon. What are they? What categories should I avoid? But before I jump into that, have a think about this. Does Amazon sell firearms, guns on its marketplace? And I just stop and think, no, I don't think I've seen guns on the Amazon marketplace in the US, that is. Because the US, as we know, has got, how many quadrillion guns roaming the streets? But let me ask you, should Amazon sell guns on the marketplace? And should it be accessible to more people? Because when you think about it, who has the guns? The police, the defense force, the security. So why is it that politicians and people of wealth can have bodyguards and guns, but you, the common person, you can't have that? You've got to protect yourself with what? A baseball bat? In lieu of all of the knife crime we've had, which is all over the TV right now, should we be able to, in Australia, have the right to hold firearms legally in your house? Think about that. They're now talking about security guards having firearms to protect themselves and the patrons of shopping centers, right? They now have to wear bulletproof vests, to protect them against bullets and knives. But what about the poor folk? Guns are banned in Australia, but who seems to have them? The criminals. The criminals are allowed to have guns, but you as a normal citizen, you can't have a gun to protect yourself when you need to. Let me know what you think in the comments about what I've just said about the guns and their availability. They would certainly be something that you would not take to market for sure. But what are the other things that you would not take to market in Amazon? But these are things, though, that are available to sell on Amazon. Number 1 would be skincare and cosmetics. No way. And I do have people that come to me saying that they've got this amazing skincare range and they want to launch it on Amazon. Now, here's the problem, is that the skincare market is absolutely saturated. For you to break into the skincare market with any type of topical cream will be so difficult, because you just do yourself a favor, jump onto Amazon anywhere, USA in particular, jump onto Amazon USA and type in the search engine, skincare for X or whatever, skincare ailment, something to do with skincare, and just see how many listings come up. It is extraordinary, right? It's pages and pages and pages. Now think about this. If you're thinking that you're going to get into Amazon because you want to sell skincare, you've got to break through all those other players. They are your competition. And what you'll find, have a look at the listings, you'll see that a lot of them have thousands and thousands of reviews. Now, that means that those products have trust and credibility already established in the marketplace of Amazon. And you're also competing against so many massive brands in that space already who have been in the marketplace of not just Amazon, but just the world marketplace for years, if not decades. And that is your competition. Let me tell you a story, because of course I've got one. I have actually attempted to sell in the skincare niche myself. So go back a few years ago, I got in contact. Well, actually, they contacted me. I'd already started selling my now famous healthcare product, which has done over $40 million in sales. And the brand owner at the time of this healthcare product contacted another brand owner. So the word was spreading that Matthew was this amazing seller and taking things to the next level. And so I can't even remember the name, but it was an Australian skincare company. And the person who was in charge there contacted me. She said, Matthew, we're launching this brand new skincare range. It's a high-end skincare product. And I think from memory, it was $150 odd a bottle, and it was like, I don't know, 20 or 30 mils of this cream. Okay. And it was just some sort of skincare cream to help reduce lines and make you look beautiful. So she reaches out to me, Matthew, can you help us take this to market? We want to try and sell this in the United States. Now, me being fairly new and naive, I said, yeah, sure, let's give it a go. So another deal where I did, which was getting this product with no money down. So she sent a whole bunch of test products, so not a whole bunch, maybe, I don't know, 50 items, let's say, over to the US. And then it came down to me having to do the SEO, the bullet points, the title, the PPC. That was my job. And I tell you what, it was really, really hard. And I'm scratching my head thinking, well, this is supposed to be an incredible product. Why aren't people just buying it? And ultimately, it came down to, I think, two things. One is the brand recognition was just simply not there in the United States. The price point was very high for other competitive type of products. We're selling something here for 100 or 150 US dollars, competing against other brands in the market selling things for like $29. And it didn't have any market trust. It didn't have reviews, right? So when people went to the listing, they couldn't look at other people's testimonials to give them the confidence that this was going to be a good buy. So for those reasons, it didn't work. Now, how could have we made it work? Well, it would have come down to marketing dollars. If we had hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to spend on marketing, not just in Amazon, but outside of Amazon. So on Facebook and Instagram, and TikTok wasn't even around back then, but those types of platforms, then we could have got more eyeballs. And I would have even said, if they could advertise in magazines, right? Cosmopolitan, all these types of things, like specifically to women who it's catered for, then possibly we could have done well. But for someone like myself who didn't have deep pockets, the brand owner at the time didn't have the budget to spend to get it to where it needed to be in a new marketplace like the USA, it just wasn't going to work. So that's a story and the reason why I know for sure that it's really, really hard to sell skincare on Amazon. Number two of what not to sell on Amazon, and I would definitely steer away from clothing. Yeah, clothing. You're going to say, Matthew, what do you mean clothing? Everybody has clothes. Everybody uses clothes. Even if you go onto Amazon right now and have a look at all the clothing there, you'll say, well, they must be selling something. There are sellers on there who are making sales for clothing, but it's so difficult to get into. Now, here are the main reasons why I wouldn't do clothing. One is you can't just simply come up with one item. Okay, so let's say you want to bring in a t-shirt. Now you've got to have like a small, a medium, a large, and an extra large. Are you going to have white only? Or are you going to have white, black, gray, red, blue, right? There's just so many variations of just a t-shirt. And then how many different like logos are you going to have or pictures or images on the t-shirt? Or is it going to be plain? And it's just so much to think about and so many different variations. So I think it's very hard just to test a single product in the marketplace. And there's so much competition, right? So in order for you to get really, really good penetration in the market, you're going to have a lot of advertising. And secondly, unless you're going to have an absolutely monstrous MOQ, so minimum order quantity, to bring your buy price down to like 50 cents a t-shirt, it's going to be very, very difficult because initially you're probably thinking, I'm going to start selling, but I don't want to put in a lot of inventory. I don't want to put in a lot of money. So therefore, you're going to have a low inventory, which means high cost of per item, and it's going to reduce your margin. And therefore, less margin is less money on advertising, and it's just, down from there. So that's one of the reasons why we'd not be selling clothing. And the other thing to think about is the return rate. The return rate on clothing is actually really high. So think about yourself and your spending habits. Are you someone, when you buy something online, do you buy 3 of something, you then get it at home, you try it all on, and then you send back 2? Is that you? Or are you someone that just buys like 10 things, just tries them on, uses it for one night, and then sends it all back? If that's you, then shame on you. You shouldn't do that. But that's what happens in the marketplace now, because remember this, returning things on Amazon is so easy that it's sort of almost encourages the customer to buy and then return. So that's another reason why I would not sell or start with clothing on Amazon. But let me tell you a story of one of my clients who approached me in the very beginning, and she said, Matthew, I've got this amazing idea for a t-shirt. I said, oh yeah, okay, great. Tell me what it is. He said, well, I've done a lot of research and I think I can make a t-shirt that's catered to people who have got money. Yeah, who are high class people. We're going to do this amazing material, an amazing print. It's never been seen before, but I know that we can put a great brand name on it. And I'm sure that people are going to buy this particular t-shirt. And it was at a cost, it was like $150 a t-shirt, right? Which there was no extra cost to her in the buy price. It was just that she wanted to market it high, so it seemed like it was actually an expensive t-shirt with her brand. And I said, look, really tough market to get into. This is the fundamental reason. Why is someone going to buy your t-shirt when they can simply buy an established brand that you're now trying to compete with, like a Gucci, like a Louis Vuitton, the list goes on, okay, of all the brands that are already established in the marketplace that already have what I consider credibility in the market, that people have an attraction to, an affiliation, who crave particular brands. And all of a sudden you're going to come up with your brand, which is going to have no marketing behind it whatsoever. Kim Kardashian's not wearing it, and you think someone's just going to buy it straight off the cuff off an online marketplace because you put an interesting brand name on it and charged a higher price, and you thought it was something unique by having a unique print or a unique t-shirt quality. Simply just not going to work. And so ultimately, my client decided not to proceed with that, which I thought was a great idea, and has since gone in to look at other things. Number 3 of the products that I would not sell on Amazon, or at least I wouldn't start with, and that is food. I would not sell food on an Amazon marketplace. So Matthew, why wouldn't you sell food? Everybody eats, so it's a huge market. And you're right, it is a huge market. But think about what it would take to get a food item into Amazon as your first product, okay? It's going to be difficult. It's got a poor shelf life. You're going to have to come up with something unique in the marketplace of food, because let's just say you've come up with an amazing spaghetti, right? What is going to differentiate your spaghetti from somebody else's spaghetti? Or let's just say you've come up with some really amazing chocolate. What is going to differentiate your amazing chocolate from some of the big brands like Lindt or Cadbury in the marketplace? I don't know. It's going to be super hard to break through those types of brands. So for all the reasons that I've kind of explained for other things like skincare and clothing, food is ultimately something that I would not do. If you don't know, I also own a Hungry Jack's restaurant. And of course, so I do believe in selling food, but I think there's a time and a place. If you're not listening from Australia, it's like Burger King in the United States, right? Burger King worldwide, Hungry Jack's is its name in Australia. And it's a fast food restaurant. The food is made to order. So when someone pays me the money, we then make the goods, okay? On Amazon, you've got to make the product first. You've got to hold thousands and thousands and thousands, probably tens of thousands of dollars worth of inventory, stock it in a warehouse. We'll ship it to a warehouse first, then pay for storage fees, and then pay for advertising to even then start selling it, right? Compared to Hungry Jack's, I have the food in a freezer. It lasts for a long time, so the shelf life is very long. And when someone buys the food, I get the money first, and then they get the food item. And that's how that system works. So that is the reason why I would not sell food on the Amazon marketplace. So guys, I've just given you 3 things that I would definitely not do on Amazon: skincare, clothing, and food. But, and I give you a great big but, I'm now going to put in a caveat, because all of those things that I've just talked about absolutely could be sold on Amazon, and you could be a huge success. I've seen people who have done it before, but the likelihood of you doing it as your first product is so small. That's why I encourage you not to do that. If you could come up with someone who was like a huge influencer, like Kim Kardashian, and you had an amazing t-shirt and a brand and you gave it to her and then she showcased it on her Instagram and then people came to Amazon and bought millions of it, then yeah, sure. That could be a way for you to blow up in the clothing space or the skincare space or the food space. Yeah. But there's really no two ways for you to grow those types of brands. One is you're going to have a huge marketing budget. So if you're someone that's got plenty of money, I'm talking probably hundreds of thousands of dollars of marketing dollars behind you in order to get in front of people's faces. And secondly, if you could get a major influencer like a Kim Kardashian, then absolutely you could make it in any of those three types of products on the Amazon space. All right, guys, that's it for this show today. I hope you enjoyed that and gave you a lot of insight into things that I would suggest you not do in the Amazon marketplace. If you want to learn more about how to sell on Amazon, I've actually got a free community, which you're welcome to come and check out. Just look at the show notes down below, click on the link and come and join me there. And I also do a free monthly Q&A. So if you've got further questions about selling these types of products or others, be in the room, come and ask me what I think about you selling your types of products. Before you go, it would be a big favor for me, be great if you could leave a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple Podcast. And thank you so much, guys. See you next time. Take care. Thanks for tuning into Amazon Ecom Secrets. If you enjoyed this episode, the best way to show your support is to give a 5-star review on Apple Podcast and Spotify, and make sure to subscribe on YouTube so you don't miss an episode. You can also find more at I'm Matthew Fraser on all social media platforms. Thanks so much. Take care.